Obviously, you started the game 10 free throws in the first quarter, finished with 21. Was there something about the Suns' defense you saw that made you more aggressive, or something you saw differently that led you to, draw more free throws, the defenders? Like, what led to this sort of surge?
I approached the game the same, just physical, getting downhill, playing off 2 feet. And, they made the call tonight. So,
was there a point in the game you realized, like, that you were going to be getting those calls? Like, was there a point you gave me, maybe it was your first 2 free throws, first 4, that you were like, okay, like, this is going to work tonight?
I didn't even think about that. I just came out and was aggressive. What I think about when I had a ball is just be aggressive every time you have it, and then, live with the results. So, I was physical. Maybe they didn't help as much because, our personnel, we got, obviously JT out there. So maybe it's less of a shift guy because you don't want to leave him open. So they gave me opportunities to play, and I just did what I normally do.
Jalen, how much fun are you having this season? It seems like you're kind of having a blast out there and just having a good time being yourself. How much are you enjoying this moment?
It's been a great year. I'm extremely grateful. All praise to the Most High. Just the approach from the beginning of the summer to where we're at now. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of myself. All of the above. I've always felt like I could, be one of the top players in the world. Given the opportunity, and I feel like I got to display that this season. So now the focus is just get ready for the playoffs. It's kind of like my mentality now. Stay healthy. But, I've had a great year. I'm extremely grateful. I'm grateful to my teammates. And it's been fun.
Jalen Brown there. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as it stands, because right now the Celtics with the win tonight, 3.5 games back from Detroit, which they have in a couple of days, but
a game and a half up on the
Knicks. So not bad. And Jalen Brown saying he's having a heck of a year. And you know what I think it is? 41, 7, and 6.
I love it.
It's because he hung out with the kids in Southie, you guys. He came after a parade.
I don't think that was it.
He went, I don't know if he got in line at the Lincoln, Cabo, Loco, wherever it was, but Jalen Brown went off tonight. And Mike, he said, all right, the focus is getting ready for the playoffs. He's had a heck of a year. What's your takeaway from the Jays tonight overall? Maybe even Jalen Brown.
No, it's not the Jays tonight. This is Jay. This is JB. JB. Jalen Brown, this was one of those, I'm not going to let us lose tonight. Yep. I'm going to do everything I need to do to get this victory. And it was driving to the basket and finishing there in the first quarter on a nice pass. It's that crazy corner 3 right in front of the Celtics bench. And I think the play that changed the game, I know he had a lot of drives like this one where he'd get the and one, but the play that changed the game was Devin Booker not paying attention, pulls up,
wiped them,
got the steal from Booker, and then leads to the Tatum finish. And in Forsberg, I don't know if you noticed this tonight, in the rare cases where he would do something wrong, whether it was failing to box out on Highsmith, or it was getting in the air and turning the ball over, every time he did something that kind of interrupted the greatness flow, he would turn around and make a play that would make up for it. So he turned the ball over in the air, and then he turned around and got the turnover from Devin Booker shortly after that. So this was, look, I don't know if he's going to be MVP of the league this year. He damn sure was MVP tonight.
Yeah, and I think those were the loudest MVP chants that I think we've heard for JB this season, and he was making all the free throws. I'm telling you, I think you summed it up perfectly. He was not going to let them lose this game tonight. He was adamantly going to find a way to ensure they got to the finish line of this one. I love the way he set that defensive tone. That steal on Booker was just otherworldly, like where he's, knows he's going to be kind of caught up on the defender and swoops in behind, gets it going the other way, drops it off to Tatum. The offensive rebound on Tatum's missed the next trip down. Just all the little stuff. That's why, when he's sitting there at the podium going, I've had a great year. Like, you are fully allowed to flex like that when you play to this level. You want to call yourself having a great year? Absolutely, because he is telling no lies, Kayla.
No lies, and did it in 39 minutes and 30 seconds. You know how much energy that takes, not only night in and night out, having having 30 games so far with 30-plus points and then 6 with 40. That's not easy. And then on top of that, he did have his buddy in Jason Tatum. And this is such an interesting dynamic, right? Because prior to JT coming back, the whole conversation was, what is it going to be like with these two on the court together? And Jason Tatum in 32 minutes here tonight when the time was, 27 for the most part? 21-7, Mike. He hasn't been like, I don't know, maybe tonight I'm prisoner of the moment, electric here tonight because it was, the show was stolen by JB, but these two look so darn good together. And Jason Tatum, again, with those numbers after flirting with the triple-double not too long ago.
Well, I'm not surprised that they look good together. I mean, they played so much basketball together, high-level basketball, playoff games, won a championship. So that didn't surprise me. Look, Tatum tonight, if you're asking me, I saw his humanity tonight. This was not a perfect game. As a matter of fact, I would say out of the games that he's been back, I think this is probably his worst one. Worst.
And that's a good, right. That's
his
a good
worst
thing.
one. So he was off in a lot of times, missed some shots. It just wasn't quite there like he was in, let's say, Cleveland, game number 2, where I still think that probably was his best one. And so, look, this is to be expected. I think this is what Brown said early in the process, and they were asking him about, hey, what do you think about Tatum coming back? He said, show him some grace. It's not easy what he's doing, and it's going to be up and down until we get our rhythm. I think they got the win tonight, but this was not about Tatum. I mean, Tatum had some plays tonight, but this really was about Jalen Brown.
Yeah, I think the thing I'll lean on, plus 11. Team best, so even in the minutes that he was out there, they continue to dominate the inch he draws. Even as he sort of settles in, I mean, the three-point shot is still defying him a little bit. Got a couple to fall in the first half, but once those shots start going, once he's just a little bit more crisp, even the late layup that JB swooped in, stuff that he's usually making,
right.
We'll nitpick until he's at that point. But the fact that he's been able to push that minutes up to 32, and, we'll see how long, they'll probably do a week of that and then push it to 36, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But still finding a way to impact winning.
Yeah, he's got some mental hurdles to overcome. I don't know if you guys noticed this or if you talked about it. Yesterday in the Washington game, it was a loose ball. He would not get down and get it. I think he's still thinking about it.
Sure.
And then tonight, there was a couple of times he was like, hey, I'm not trying to go to the floor. So I understand it. This is part of the process. And this is, what are we at, 5? This is game 5 for him now. So it's going to take every bit of every regular season game to get him ready for the playoff level, because playoff competition, the intensity is going to go up by 10.
Yeah, 14 more regular season games to go before that playoff level. And again, you guys mentioned it. I think Eddie mentioned it too. The fact that this team is very selfless and they don't care, at least to our knowledge, they don't care about, all right, JB tonight, Peyton Pritchard the other night, Jason Tatum's back his night. This is what will get them to the end. Let's get to Joe Mazzulla with Abby Chin standing by postgame.
Joe, Suns pregame talked about crashing the glass and forcing turnovers. They did both of those. How were you guys able to overcome?
Yeah, I thought we crashed the glass pretty well. I think they ended up with one more team rebound than us, one more offensive rebound than us. I think forced Booker into 7 turnovers. I thought our defensive activity and physicality in the second half was great. And, I thought our offensive pace and execution was really good, just making the right read. Nemi, 6 assists, Jalen getting to the free throw line 21 times. Derek had a great first quarter. I think, JT, Peyton, and Sam making shots. That was just a well-balanced game.
This was the first clutch game you've had with that full lineup. What did you see closing on a 14-2 run?
Yeah, it's obviously we have different guys that we can go to. I think the pace in which we play with was important. Getting stops at the end, our rebounding was important. We had some great box outs down the stretch of that game and some good offensive execution.
You mentioned Jalen, 41 points, 21 free throws, but how is he doing all of this while observing Ramadan?
Yeah, I think it just goes to who he is, as a competitor and as a warrior. It's what's important to him, competing at the highest level. And so, everyone's going to look at the 41 points. I thought the attention to detail that he showed on the defensive end, I thought the pace that he played with on the offensive end, I thought the rim reads that he made, just giving the game what it needed. He's an impressive competitor, and it's great that we have him.
No question, Joe. Thank you.
Thanks.
That is really important to remember, that he is observing Ramadan, because doing that and then going out there and putting up 41, 7, and 6 tonight. Great job by JB. Great job by Abby there. All right, check out the Patriots Talk podcast for the latest moves by the team all throughout the offseason. Just go to the NBC Sports Boston YouTube page or find the audio version on your favorite podcasting app. We got a whole lot more to unpack when we come back. We're going to preview Celtics GSW next. Stay tuned for Town Fair Tire, BST with Felger and Hawley. Mike Felger is off tonight. So, Michael Hawley, he's got Chris Gasper and Andrew Callum.
The last Gasper.
We'll have the latest on the Celtics.
The last Gasper.
Bruins and the Red Sox. Let's get to the drain of the game, which is brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains just don't want to flow. How about the flow of the ball movement here? Baylor in the corner, 3. Did you guys see the thumb up poster?
Oh, it's so good.
Front row seat.
Get Shaq one.
Here it comes.
Give one to Shaq. To Shaq Shireman. Say it.
Shilerman. He needs to have like a shirt that says Shilerman. I don't play with Baylor or Shilerman. Whatever you do.
Baylor stuff here.
Shout out to that poster, though, with the giant thumbs up.
It was great. All right, we turn the page. The Celtics, Golden State Warriors on Wednesday. That's a concourse game. Our PGL team is going to be there. An exciting game. Kristaps Porzingis makes his return. We're going to keep an eye on Al Horford. He hasn't been really apparent with GSW as of late. Steph Curry likely to be out. But still, it's Golden State. It's Celtics. How are we feeling going into Wednesday?
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer if Horford's not there, right? Like, this was supposed to be when the schedule first comes out, we all circle it like, Al's return to Boston, big emotional night. And now Kristaps might be the only one who gets to celebrate because I don't believe Al Horford has been on this trip so far. We'll see. It's also a little bit of a letdown because Steph Curry only comes to visit so many times and the career is running short. So, although I say that, maybe he'll play for 10 more years. It's going to be, there's always energy when that team is in the building, though, and the Celtics have got to be ready to bring it.
Yeah, it's not the same, though. As you said, Steph Curry, you get to watch Steph Curry on the bench, but you look at Golden State now and make sure you have, whether you have an actual program or your phone and you're looking at who's that guy? There's a lot of unfamiliar names out there. They're scrappy, but they're not very good. And this is the end of the dynasty is definitely over. No, it's over. It's over.
They think LeBron's going there next year now.
Okay, but LeBron. You want to get older after this season?
You don't have any
don't get older, get younger. You mean LeBron or Bronny? You'd be better off with Bronny than LeBron on the Warriors.
Hey, either way.
They need some youth.
It was a packed house here tonight. Celtics continue their homestand. We all should pack the house there. Come concourse. We're going to be there. Holly will be there. Chris will be there. Our whole PGL team.
I won't be there, but that's okay.
You won't?
I will not be there.
Why not?
I won't.
He said if Al's not there, he's not there.
Celtics back in action Wednesday against the Warriors. In our coverage, I promise I'm going to get Mike Hawley to this game. It starts at 6 p.m. with Celtics pregame live, which is presented by TD. And then stay with us after the game for the highlights and player and coach reaction on Celtics postgame live, presented by your New England Ford dealers. And remember, you know the drill. You can stream all of our coverage on the NBC Sports app and NBCSportsBoston.com. The Celtics live stream, it is brought to you by your New England Cadillac dealers, the official luxury vehicle of the Boston Celtics. Garcia, you'll be there. That's right. I see a fist pump in the background.
Phil Chisholm will be there.
Phil Chisholm will be there. All the Celtics nation will be there after tonight. Maybe even all of Southie.
That's right. Hey, that's the good luck charm.
Did you see that parade?
How many free throws from Jalen Brown against the Warriors? 25?
I think he's going to make a push for it. See you guys Wednesday. BST next.